Rise ye ashen, tarnished, chosen, undead. Welcome Souls fans, new and old, to your next installment of your Dark Souls Remastered Platinum Guide. So, here we are, about to fight Dark Sun Gwyndolin, currently at level 54, stats looking as so, equipment looking as so as well. So, for this fight, what I like to do is put on Havel's ring. No point with the steel protection ring because we are not going to be taking any physical damage. He is a Magicaster. At this point you are sitting on over 12 or 13 trophies, pending if you were able to get your lightning spear to +5 or not. I am on worst case scenario, so I'm missing one Titanite chunk, so that I'll have the 3 needed to get to Lightning Spear 4, and we have the slab from the Stray Demon to get to +5. So if you got the extra chunk from your Crystal Lizards, then you may already have your 13th trophy for your lightning weapon. Right, off we go. We're going to come down these steps. Twice the light, and time to fight Gwyndolin. 3 attacks of note. So Gwyndolin, when you get close, is going to do that teleport to the end of this corridor. 3 attacks of note. First one is, this is the most annoying one, so spawns all these little magic darts. Next one, wind up in the pitch, the big magic. And we have the Dark Moon Bow. Make sure to try and get that last attack in. So for the little bits, duck behind one of these pillars. For the bow, it is 5 arrows. And for the pitch, it is... There you go, as you can see I got that hit in even though he wasn't there anymore. For the pitch, it is a case of rolling. So, Dark Bow... Strafe, let go, replenish, and a couple of those. That's the one you want. The easiest move to advance on is definitely the Dark Moon Bow. Here's the pitch, and... Oh, that was too early. Never mind. Just keep your health up. As you can see, Gwyndolин's not actually that big of a problem. It's more tedious than anything. Oh, stop spamming, please, come on. There we go. I'm coming. I'm gonna get you. So this is the one move that you can't really advance on. They do annoying stagger damage. This is the most common combo, is he uses that to force you to highbind pillar and then tries and hits you with the big I pass through everything hit move. Okay, 1 or 2 more. Charge! So just keep an eye. There we go. And there you go. That is your 13th or 14th trophy. Defeat the Dark Sun Gwyndolin. 13th if you don't have your lightning spear at +5, 14th if you do. And we're going to come down here. Chest on the left is empty. Chest in the middle is the one that we care about. Our 5th miracle sunlight blade. Lovely. And you can walk back or just homeward. At the bonfire, as always, I like to repair. You don't need to. We're going to level up our intelligence twice to 15. And we're going to move on to our next area. We're going to head to the painted world of Ariamis. The magical prison, essentially, because this is where Gwyn and the other Gwyn gods basically banished anything that they felt was a threat or they didn't like. Things like crossbreed Priscilla, for example. Nearly forgot to put my bow back. Painted Guardians in here. We are going to just fight them no more than two at a time. And to do that, we are going to lure them by poking them with an arrow. Painted Guardians, they can drop their weapon, they can drop their clothing, or throwing daggers. As always, they will stop throwing their daggers when they realise they cannot hit you. Oh, we got close enough to engage this one. Come on. And the reason that we're fighting more is because we want to get that item that we knocked down when we knocked down the chandelier. All them videos ago when we first got to Anor Londo. So you're more than welcome to pick up the items that they drop. However, they're not necessary. See, what you're doing is you're throwing your daggers, trying to get me close enough to aggro more of your friends, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, and it did work on this one. However, I've killed enough that it doesn't matter. Okay, now we've got two. I will be somewhat mindful. As always, just make sure you don't let yourself get mobbed. Because this is why we are trying to play safe. We're gonna get a heal in. Yeah, I'm onto you. There we go. Right. Now that's done, we can pick up our sorcery great magic weapon. That is sorcery number 8 of 24. And we need to go into this corner here. We need to pick up this item here for the Black Iron Great Shield. So this is Tarkus's armor set, his greatsword, and more importantly the Black Iron Great Shield, which is one of your 52 rare items for the Knight's Honor Trophy. Now, this picture here, because we own the Peculiar Doll when we examine it, we walk into it. If you don't own the doll, which is what we got when we went back to the Undead Asylum, and we went back to the cell that we started in, that's where we got the peculiar doll. If you don't have it, then it won't work. Come up these steps. Light this bonfire. Kindle bonfire. We definitely want the 10 Estises in this area. And now we are going to equip our Divine... Alright, there you are. Divine Man Serpent Greatsword. We're also going to equip our Covetous Gold Serpent Ring. Make sure you have 10 humanity or more. And I'm just going to double check. No, we need to do some armor adjustments here. There we go. Right, so now we're going to do the bird farm, and this is, we are farming for 10 Souvenir of Reprisals, which is why make sure you've got your coveted gold on. And this is what the run is going to look like. You're going to come up here. You are going to running, kill this hollow. You are going to come here and kill these hollows. Don't know why I'm using heal. Yes, this is perfectly fine to use. On your first run, feel free to shoot down this hanging enemy up there for a humanity. Right, I like to two-hand at this point. You're going to start sprinting when you get to the bottom of the steps, and you're going to quickly attack this guy. Don't worry if he attacks you, you're going to swing. Okay, why? There we go. Once you've killed those two, come up here. Don't worry about any of the other enemies that way for now. Come up here, running spin, and ideally hit both, but don't worry if not. And last hollow on the stairs. Make sure your health is topped up. And this is where the birds are, so you can see them actually in the distance. There we go, there's one up there. And I think it's one of those. It's only two that are going to come. This corner is what spawns them. So once you come here, grab the item, come around to here and wait. You'll see the shadow in a minute. Once the first one spawned, get ready to attack. Wait a second and attack again. That's what's going to stun lock. If they duck, make sure to move or hit them to get out of that animation. You do not want to get caught with that grab move. And as you can see, that one dropped an item. That's what we want. Don't worry, we're also going to get some levels doing this, and that's going to mean we can switch our weapons in the very near future. But that is our first Souvenir of Reprisal. We need 10 of those, so we need to keep doing this until we get all 10. Now before I homeward, I'm going to drop down here, grab this Twin Humanities. That hollow might not jump on your head. You might get down here and kill these rats before he gets to you. Get the soul of the Brave Warrior and bot these rats for a chance at grabbing a humanity from them. Once they're done, now we're going to return to the bonfire and rinse repeat time. Along the way, anytime you can, just make sure to level up intelligence until we get to 18. Again, you don't have to repair as much as I do. It's just an obsessive thing, really. Okay, and we're going to do that again. And that's going to be the rest of this video, is going to be me doing this run until I have 10 Souvenir of Reprisal. So, once you get the gist of it, or once you get tired of watching me do the same thing again and again and again, then you are welcome to skip through to the next video. In the next video, I will have 10 Souvenir of Reprisal, and I expect I will also have 18 intelligence along the way. At which point we can start using our Greatsword or Artorias. So the item's not there, but you still need to come to this corner to spawn them. Oh, very fortunate. 2 for 2. We're not getting any double drops, but 2 runs, 2 drops. That's pretty good. If we can get away with this in 10 runs, that'd be fantastic. The fact that I'm saying that probably gives you an indication that that's not the norm. Even with our max item discovery, sadly, rare items are still rare. But it's fine. There are worse farms in other games. This is nothing compared to any of the farming for offline platinum on Dark Souls 2 or 3. Getting to 30 of any of the Covenant items in those games is definitely a slog. I know because I've spent the days doing it. Uh-oh. Not taking anything for granted, just in case I don't die. If you die, it's not the end of the world because you're coming back here anyway to get your souls back, but the worst case is you die and you see that one of them would have dropped an item. Soul destroying. So yeah. Great swords, lovely big sweeping attacks, and running attacks are your 3rd strongest attack. Or is it 4th? Might be your 4th strongest attack. So yes, you've got parry, backstab, riposte after they bounce off your shield, and then running attack. Right, come on. Oh, no, 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 no. So if you get grabbed, just spam all the face buttons and the shoulder buttons. Don't worry about the one that fell. He is going to eventually run up the stairs to catch up with you. Come on. There you go. Yes, we got number 3. All you want to do is make sure that they don't die down there, because if they do drop the item, it's a nightmare. 3 down, we're coming on quite nicely. Okay, so level up is just before 20,000, so... Right, off we go. Definitely don't pick up any items from the hollows there. They will either be dropping you broken sword hilts or their loincloths. So unless you particularly want a loincloth, because you already have your now +2 straight sword hilt from at the beginning of the game, so you don't need that, and you definitely don't need a loincloth. It is not effective armor in any way, shape or form. It's effective at being ineffective. Yeah, I was going to say that was too smooth a kill to get a drop. But another level. don't worry too much if I end up having to do more of this run than you. You're near enough guaranteed to get your intelligence up to 18 doing the bird farm. But don't worry about anything if it does end up taking a lot more than you. We are going to do some soul farming in this area. So all it means is that you'll have more souls than me for now, but that means you're going to do less soul farming later on. The soul farm does not take nearly as long as the bird farm. Item farming is definitely the majority, well, it feels like it's the majority of the game, but it's clearly not. But yeah, the tedious nature is not soul farming, it is item farming. Oh, no. Have a drink. So as you can see, I'm just trying to hit them both to stun them. One, yep, that's good. That's number 4. 4, is it 5? I'm pretty sure it's 4. 5, that's very wishful thinking. 4. So, not bad. We're doing okay for time. So yeah, I can't give you too much lore at this stage. We've got a few key items that we're going to get in this area as well. We're only going to go into the Painted World the one time. What I will say is from this point on, if you do have a lot of souls, and you do unfortunately lose them through double death, rather than using soul packets, it might just be worth coming here, doing the soul farm that you're going to see in the next video. Instead, we are going to use some of our larger soul packets when we buy all our pirate... The double drop! Yes! Well, fantastic. Since we're recording, game is being kind to us. But yeah, so the only downside is you cannot warp from this bonfire. So the Painted World is an isolated area. The only way you can exit is via the exit, which is the cliff past Crossbreed Priscilla. So not being able to warp is a bit of a pain, but once you've actually unlocked it and dealt with everything, it's not too bad to just run from the bonfire to the exit. There's only a couple of enemies that you have to defeat to do so. But that is probably one of the most effective ways just to get souls easy and safe. No. Asking way too much to get a drop after a double. Yeah. 4 more to go. So, as you can see there, those basic hollows, they can do a fair chunk of damage if you don't block. The downside to doing farm runs is the tedious nature. Definitely means you are going to accept risking a death here or there, trying to do it as quickly as possible. Oh, look at that! 7 already? 7 already, fantastic. And there is enough souls, I believe, to get our int to 18 so that we can now switch our weapon. Yeah, int to 18, fantastic. So now our int is at 18, we're going to upgrade to the Great Sword of Artorias plus 4. So, as you can see, requirements 24 strength, 18 dex, 18 to both faith and int. So, key thing here, same moveset, significantly increased damage. Still not as good as a Black Knight Sword plus 5, but you're not guaranteed to have one of those at this stage. So, we're going to use a weapon we are guaranteed to have that does as much damage as possible. This is also going to help us significantly in the next area. On our way to the Four Kings, because this is the cursed weapon, which means this does damage to spectral enemies. So those ghosts way back at the beginning of our first video number 8. The Blessed Farm. But yeah, those ghost enemies, when we went to get the Firekeeper Soul and do the Homeward Bone back right at the beginning in the first video, they cannot be harmed unless you use a curse weapon or you use the Transient Curse item to then add that ability onto your weapon. This being a cursed weapon means we don't have to use transient curses, which means we can save them up for our second run when we will not be using a cursed weapon, because we'll be using our upgraded halberd for more damage. So it all plays out nicely. As you can see, significant improvement on the number of hits it takes to defeat them. Is that 9? It is 9! This is by far the fastest bird farm I've had. Normally it's 1 in 4 for me personally to get items. I've seen people that have got multiple doubles, and I've seen these videos and I've gone, oh yeah, lucky for some. And now you might be watching and having a rather painful bird farm yourself, looking at this going, oh yeah, it must be nice. So apologies if your farm is not as smooth as mine. This is definitely a smooth run. But trust me, I have had all of the bad ones. I've not had a bird farm go this well before. But you do get a good amount of souls from the enemies in the Painted World, including the birds, so... And again, this video is going to end once I've got the 10 Souvenir of Reprisals. We're going to do the rest of the Painted World in a separate video, so if you didn't want to watch me just farm, talking a bunch of nonsense... Yeah, there we go. then you don't have to. The key thing for this video is getting our int to 18. After this, we're going to get our strength to 30 and our vitality then to 22. But for this video, int to 18 and 10 Souvenir of Reprisal. I don't know why there's twice this guy's been stuck. Here you go. After all I've been saying about how my bird farm's going really well, I've clearly cursed it now and I'm not going to get my 10th Souvenir of Reprisal for a long time. Or am I? Right. Come on, birds. Bird! Nope, 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 I'm probably dead. No, no, we got away with it! Roll, roll, roll like your life depended on it, because it does. And there's number 10. Oh, aren't we glad we did not die there? Fantastic. Right, one more homeward. And we don't have to come up these stairs ever again. We have got the 10 Souvenir of Reprisal. We need the 10 to get Covenant items later on. So make sure you've got those 10. Int to 18 means we are now able to wield our... I really like the look of the Great Sword of Artorias, to be fair. But yeah, so what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to level up and start getting my strength towards 30. In the next video, we are going to clear through the painted world, opening all the shortcuts up. We're going to get the Blood Shield, we're going to get the Acid Search Pyromancy, our 4th Pyromancy. The Blood Shield is one of our Knight's Honour 52 rares. And then we're going to soul farm at the end of the next video using the Phalanx as a quick and easy way of getting our level up to strength to 30 and vitality to 22. So yeah, so hopefully your bird farm has gone as easily as mine did. If it hasn't, apologies. Just keep putting that extra souls into strength to 30. And then once you've got your 10 Souvenir Reprisals, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.